Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. In this video I will be discussing the weapon badges in Splatoon 2. So there's 4 levels of weapon badges. There's red, which is beginner level, there's bronze, silver and gold. Now you obtain each of these for varying amounts of turf that you've inked. So there are various ways to do this. Most of these badges are more of a grindy thing. So basically what I would recommend doing is I'd probably recommend not going for them. What I would recommend doing is going for more other goals and then naturally just obtaining these badges due to their difficulty in obtaining them. Okay, so let's get started. First off, we've got the red badge, the beginner badge, whatever you want to call it. To get this, you need to ink 100,000 turf points. So what turf points is basically at the end of each game you play, you get a certain number, like a certain amount of P, it calls it. It's not too clear, but that's basically what ranks how high up you are at the end of the game. So like what place your name comes whenever you win or lose a game. Like who was the best player, who inked the most turf. Basically, however much turf you've inked basically adds up to your weapon. And unfortunately, weapon points, weapon coverage, ink turf does not cross through multiple weapons. It's just like it's only one weapon specific, which is basically why you want to pick a weapon. If you want one of these, you need to pick a weapon and then stick with that weapon, because if you don't stick with this, if you get to level 99 star, for example, but you haven't had a main weapon, you're probably not gonna have like many badges. You might have a few 100,000 at that point, but you're definitely not gonna have the gold one if you've not got a main weapon. So you definitely want to have a main weapon to get these badges. The next badge is the bronze badge. To get this, you need to ink 500,000 turf points, and this is where it starts to get difficult. So if you main a roller or an ink brush or any type of weapon that is more designed to turf, you'll not have as much of a struggle. But if you use like a gun or something like that, which a lot of people would, because a lot of people, the main aim of the game is to kind of eliminate people so then you can ink the turf. But basically, if you have some sort of normal weapon, some sort of gun, this will be incredibly hard to do if you want to get this amount of ink coverage. So this is kind of going to be a more grindy part. I myself have not reached the 500,000 mark, but it is very much possible. I have seen people with the gold one, but it's gonna be pretty hard. So speaking of that, let's move on to the silver one. Now to get the silver one is even harder. It's double the amount. So you have to go from 500,000 to 1,000,000 pretty much. 1,000,000 is quite a lot, but there's not too much to say. Just keep on grinding to get that basically, and definitely do it on the side. So try and get like leveled up in ranked, for example, and then that'll naturally level you up normally in your level, and then it will also level up the amount of turf points you have on a weapon. Moving on from that now, we go on to the final one, the gold badge. Now, the gold badge is the hardest one by far. You have to ink 9,999,000 999 turf points. This is gonna, like, if you naturally do this alongside just playing the game, basically, this will probably, if you're naturally doing this, you will be probably in the star levels, so like 50 star or something roughly by the time you've got this, because this badge is inconceivably hard to get. It is an incredibly hard badge to get, but once you do this, you'll have it. There, you can physically not go up anymore. You cannot reach 10 million because there is no 10 million. You're maxed out pretty much. So apart from that, once you reach that number, you can't really do anything with badges, unfortunately. They kind of just sit there, and yeah, there's nothing you can do with them unless you want to show your friends or something. And as well, if you make a splat post, basically what happens is it'll show up, your weapon will show up, your gear will show up, and then other people will see that you have the badge, but doesn't really do anything to your weapon, unfortunately. But yeah, so if you do want to do this, let me know. If there's anything else you want me to cover in this, please let me know as well. If there's anything else you want me to cover in general, let me know in the comments. I'll be making a lot more guides. I might even do one on the flag system on weapons, another cosmetic thing, but something I haven't seen many people do videos on, but I do know how it works. So basically, I'll try and maybe do some of that. I do hope you've enjoyed. Please feel free to let me know if this has helped. You understand what these badges are. I know I didn't really know what they were for a while, but there you go. That's pretty much what it is. So that's all for now. I do hope this has helped, and until next one, goodbye.